Okay, I'm Ms. Reinacher. I teach the guitar program here at St. Elizabethville High School. Raise your hand if I've had you for guitar, if you had my class for guitar. Hands up, just a few, okay. So we have Guitar 1 and Guitar 2 and Guitar 3 at this school. And this is the Guitar 3 class. And we have been working on this piece of music. It's not very long, it's under 5 minutes long. But it's a rather complicated piece of music for us because it's in 3 separate parts. And each section had to learn their own parts, and that's not typically something that we would do in our class, so it's kind of unique. And it's called the Christmas Medley. I wrote that on the board, Medley, M-E-D-L-E-Y. Does anybody know what a medley is? Any clue? Okay, yeah.
It's like a combination of songs put together.
It's a combination of songs put together, usually tied in with a theme. So what you're going to hear are 3 separate songs. We're going to do the first song, and then there'll be a pause, and we'll do the second song, and there'll be a pause, and then we'll do a third song. So in between songs, please don't clap, okay? You'll wait till the end in order to clap, okay? I just also want to put out there that as a musician, studying music and playing music in the tradition of the holidays is just part of what you do as a musician. It's not necessarily a religious calling. It is a historical perspective. You're going to hear music like this all over the world at this time of the year, and it's been around for hundreds of years. So that is part of the reason, kind of why learning traditional music is just part of what we do. So here we go. Will you please give a round of applause to Guitar 3? out there, yes.
That was pretty fire.
That was pretty what?
That was pretty fire.
Pretty what?
Pretty fire.
Pretty fire. That sounds like a compliment, is that right? All right, thank you for your comments. I appreciate that. Does anybody else have any comments? Comments or questions? Yes.
I recognize like two of those carols.
Good, that's what I was going to ask you next. Can you name any of those that you recognize, the title of one of them? Yes.
I can't name off, but it was still hard.
Okay, you recognize them, but can you name that tune? That's a little tricky. Okay, so there were three. Can you name any of them? Yes.
One of them was Silent
One of them was Silent Night. That's right, Silent Night. The first one would be very challenging, I think, for many of you to recognize. The third one? No? Yes.
Oh yeah, it was definitely Deck the Hall.
Deck the Halls, exactly right. Okay, very nice. And the first one was God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. That's very not a very common one that you might hear. All righty, well, we have two other songs for you, and both of these are sing-along songs. So we know that you all know Jingle Bells, and so you're going to please sing along. And some of you have Jingle Bells under your chairs. So look under your chairs and see if you have a Jingle Bell, and you can join us. Silver Bells, and this part for you, where we're going to sing, we're going to sing, hang on, we're going to sing Silver Bells, and you go Silver Bells, I go Silver Bells, you go Silver Bells, it's Christmas time in the city. Let's just practice that part, here we go. Silver Bells, Silver Bells, Silver Bells. It's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling, hear the ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day. Here goes the song. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. but we invited two classes today, Mr. Jagger's class and Mrs. Eden's class. She's right in the hall. Mr. Jagger teaches culinary, and I'm going to invite him up to chat a little bit about your program,
Sure.
and so we can have a sharing thing. And maybe
Absolutely.
while he does that, I'm going to run around and get those instruments from you.
I probably don't need the mic. If you've been in my classroom, I'm usually used to shouting really loud, so I'm going to go without the mic. Obviously I teach culinary, and I see many of the culinary students here in the guitar section, so I'm super proud of you guys. Wonderful music, first of all, thank you. In culinary, we not only learn how to cook things, but just like you guys did, you played music for our enjoyment, you know, and you can actually make a good living doing that, quite honestly, if you work hard and practice. And much like culinary, you can do the same thing. In culinary, we spend our time trying to make delicious, nutritious things to eat and drink, and we can actually make a living at doing that as well. And so, but one of the most important things, whether we're playing music or whether we're making food, is one element that is so important to everything. And my class was discussing this morning, and it's something we've discussed, and those of you in culinary, we discussed it as well. And I want to have one of my students, what is the most important element that we were discussing about doing things for other people? What do we call that? What is so, Gavin, what do we call it?
It's hospitality.
Hospitality. Gavin, can you tell us what hospitality means in your own words?
You know, it's like welcoming people into your own space and providing them like food and beverage and like a service and making them feel welcome.
Absolutely. Or playing music and making us feel welcome here. And I want to say, this is one of the most welcoming things I've experienced on campus, so thank you very much. And I'm sure my students felt the same way. Sharing music together at this time of year is always special. And actually have such wonderful, talented, I tried to play guitar many times and I did not succeed. But to listen to all you guys and see your potential there and how well you did, it makes me feel wonderful inside. So thank you so much. And I'm sure we all felt the same way. And so I just want to extend our hospitality from the culinary side. I was juicing apples and making our own apple cider until late last night. So we have mulled cider, so it's warmed with spices. And so please help yourself to that. And we brought an assortment of cookies to go with it. I would like to say we baked all those cookies, but we didn't because we're baking tomorrow. So unfortunately, you guys will have to have some of the store-bought versions. And those of you in my culinary class will be knocking out the cookies over the next 2 days. So anyway, enjoy from our point of view. Thank you for having us
All
here.
righty,
Thank you.
All right, well, thank you for being here, and I agree with everything you said about hospitality and just sharing, and this time of year, we're all part of that. So I think what we'll do is, these guys need to put their guitars away, so maybe, actually, let me get those instruments.